Hello and welcome. Welcome to your Friday Pick a Card with me, Intuitive Rene. It's so lovely to have you here with me. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much for supporting me and the content that I create for you. If this is the first time that you are finding my channel, you are so welcome. Thank you so much for being here. On this channel, we are all about helping you become better, happier, more motivated, and more enthusiastic about life. That is the point behind everything that I do and all the content that I create, and even the readings that I do with the one-on-one readings that I do with clients. It's all about helping you be the best version of yourself that you can be. Today, we're doing things slightly differently from the norm. Normally, I would tell you pick bundle 1, 2, or 3, go and get your reading, and everything's great. Today I am wanting to put a little bit more, I'm going to call it intention, into what we do and into choosing a reading. So I have got only 2 decks that I'm going to be working with today, and just to show you, I am going to be working with the I Am Power. This is a affirmation deck. So basically it is 108 cards. Each card starts with the words I am, and then it has a key word which is the affirmation that you need to stick to. So it's generally something positive, it's generally something that you can work through. And then what I've done is I've created, or I've written down, a series of 5 questions that will help us to work with this affirmation, this key phrase. So it's questions like, what area of life does it relate to, and what's the best way to work with it, and what do you need to remove in order to allow that to flow in your life. So I've got a couple of questions written down that we're going to work through. So all I'm going to do now in this portion of the video is select the 3 affirmation cards that we're going to be working through. Then once we've done that, sorry, I just realized I wanted to show you the other deck. Once we've got our 3 affirmations, I'm going to use this particular tarot deck to answer the questions. Okay, Spirit Within Tarot, just the name of the deck itself is helping us to look within, helping us to go within ourselves to gain the clarity and the understanding that we need. But this is a silhouette deck, which means that you don't see faces, you don't see facial features or clothing or anything like that. You're basically just seeing shadow. And for me, I like that, especially when we're wanting to look at parts of ourselves that may be a little bit uncomfortable, that may be a little bit, a little bit not what you expected. So Spirit Within Tarot, created by Stephen Bright, an amazing creator. So those are the decks that I'm going to be working with. The I Am Power affirmation, I do have it here in front of us. So let's give it a shuffle and let's see what comes through. Because I broke something. Oh well, I don't know if it's paused, and I really don't know how to tell if it's paused or not. So I want to see. That's not it. Oopsie. Okay, move that out of the way. I think it's actually right. So I have shuffled these cards before I started recording, but I do like to shuffle now once I have you with me. So I'm just going to give them a short little shuffle, and really what we're looking for here is we're looking for 3 cards that are going to be our themes for each of the readings available to you today. Right, so I think I have shuffled enough. Let's see if I can just spread them out here on the table, and we're going to grab 3 cards and see what comes through. So I want to scratch here, and I'm going to go for that one. So our first reading is going to be about I Am Bold. I like that. I like how we've got the bold colors, the bright, they're strong and they bold. Let's have a look. Second one I'm going to grab from in the middle here somewhere. Here we go. And I Am Human. Oh, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be very interesting. And our third one, I'm going to just spread these here because I wanted it from somewhere there. Let's take that one. Let's see what we've got. Oh, I Am Beautiful. Oh, I love that. Oh, I absolutely love that. So, right, let me put all of these away if I can. Oh my gosh, because now I made an absolute mess of them. So we have got our 3 cards, our 3 affirmations, which are going to be our readings that we're going to work with. So we have got I Am Bold, I am human, and I am beautiful. So friends, at this point, these are going to be the 3 readings that I'm going to do. You can absolutely watch them all. So I have the same 5 questions which I'm going to use as to answer or to work with these affirmations. So you've got to ask yourself, which of these, like, you've got to listen to your intuition, allow yourself to be guided, allow yourself to be drawn to one of these 3, and let that be the one, your main one. And then if you want to go to the second one, or possibly even the third one, you're welcome to do that. So are you drawn to bold? Is that word, is it something that you feel you want, need, desire? Is it something that you feel you have too much of? Is it something that you're feeling really drawn to right now? Or is it the whole thing about being human? Like, what does that mean? What is it? What do you need to do in order to be more human, to maybe even make the most of this current human existence that you're having? Okay. Or thirdly, about being beautiful. Do you not find yourself beautiful? Do you, like, really desire or want to be considered beautiful? I know beautiful, the term is a very relative term. It's different for everybody. It means something different to everybody. But is this something that's been a focus for you? Is this something that's been on your mind? Is this something that you long for? Or is it something that you really feel you are? So whichever of these 3, because they're very different. And I think we all need a little bit of all of this in our lives, don't we? We all need to be bold. We all need to be human. And we all want to be beautiful. We want to feel that way. So allow those 3 to drive you, or to inspire you to pick the reading that's going to be appropriate and relevant for you. Let's get straight into it. We're going to start with I am bold, and we'll then do human, and then we will do beautiful. And as I said, I have the same 5 questions that we're going to ask of these. I'm going to use the Spirit Within Tarot to answer those questions, and I do hope that you enjoy. Right, welcome to those of you who have chosen I am bold as your theme for the reading. If this is the one that you've chosen, welcome. So here I have the Spirit Within Tarot. I have shuffled before I started the recording, so I'm just going to give it a short shuffle now while I have you on camera, and I'm going to lay out 5 cards to answer the 5 questions that we are asking. I do apologize for the glare. I'm trying to turn it that I don't get too much glare on you, but I've got lights all over the place trying to make sure that you can at least see nicely, so I can't always avoid the glare. Right, cards are shuffled. Let's cut the deck over there, and we are going to lay out, let's see, oh gosh, if I can lay out 5 cards and try and avoid that glare. It's going to be impossible. Let's see how we go. Right, I'm going to do it like that, and we'll do 3 cards across the bottom here. These cards are super glossy, as you can see, so just bear with me. We have got our 5 cards laid out. So the first thing, this is our theme. This is the kind of, I'm going to call it the context of the entire reading for you today, is about I am bold. Now, I have got 5 questions. The first question is, which area of life is this relating to for you? This theme that we've got, what area of your life is it relating to? And that's what this card is going to give us. So what area of life is this I am bold relevant to? And it's got to do with your resting. So we have got the 4 of Swords here, and the 4 of Swords is about healing. It's about taking the time to recover, to rejuvenate, to rest, to almost be still, okay? And I know bold and stillness almost are a bit of a contradiction, but I think that's exactly why you've chosen this, because maybe you're wanting to be bold, maybe you're wanting to feel stronger, to feel braver, to feel, more bolder in every aspect of your life. But the area that this reading for you, where you want or need to be more bold, the area that it's relevant to is your resting time. So you may find that you are somebody who at work, if you are working in the work environment, you are assertive and you are strong and you are bold. But when you're at home and when you're quiet and when you're restful, maybe you're not as bold as you should be, or not as bold as you would like to be. So you might find that you are holding back a little bit in your resting period. Now, sometimes that's a good thing, but we're going to see what the rest of the cards say. But honestly, I'm feeling like this reading is going to tell you that in that time where you are safe, where you are secure, it is about you needing to become a little bit bolder in expressing yourself, expressing your needs, wants, and desires. Okay, so the area of life that I am bold relates to for you has got to do with your home environment and the place where you feel safe and secure. Second second card is what is blocking you from being bold in this environment. Let's have a look and see. So what is blocking you? Oh God, I can't even pick up cards. What is blocking you? We have got the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is the card of being assertive with your emotions. But because this is the question of what is blocking you, you may find that you are holding back with expressing yourself, with being bold around your needs, wants, and desires, because you're always thinking about other people. You're always being mindful of how other people are feeling, how other people are going through emotions, or what they are expecting of you. Because the King of Cups, he's very in control of his emotions. He's very in control of who he is, what he is, why he is, how he is. And maybe that's why you're holding back a little bit and not being as bold in the home environment as you would want to. So what is blocking you is the thoughts, the feelings that you have for everybody else around you. So you may find that, you know, you're putting everybody else's needs, wants, and desires first. And again, not necessarily a bad thing, but there are obviously the reason why this has come up for you, because maybe there are particular circumstances in your life where you need to be bolder, where you need to be more assertive, where you need to be more expressive around your own needs, wants, and desires. Okay. Our third question, or our third card that we're looking at across the bottom here, is what can help you to be bolder in your home around your relationships with other people. So what can help you? Let's have a look and see what we've got. Knight of Swords. I love that. You know, the Knight of Swords, for me, my interpretation of the Knight of Swords is always about learning. It's always about understanding. The Knight of Swords is the card that says to you, if you don't understand the full picture, if you don't ask the relevant questions, if you don't probe sufficiently, you're not going to have all the information. You're not going to learn, grow, advance, and move on. So in answer to the question of what can help you, this is telling you that knowledge, understanding, comprehension of the situation is what's going to help you to be more bold. All right, I like this. So at home, around your, well, with your relationships with other people, with your interactions with other people, understanding them, understanding yourself, understanding the situation, understanding the circumstances are what is necessary and needed, and that is what will help you to be more bold in your life. Loving this. And question 4, I'm skipping one. Question 4, what we have here is, what do you need to do? So this is where, this is what is blocking you, this is the reason, this is what's going to help you, and here, what do you need to do to be more bold in your life? And what do you need to do? You know what, I'm just, before I even explain that card, I just have to say to you, the theme that's coming through here between that card and these two, it's all about strong energies, okay? Strong energies, strong, assertive, confident energies. To be a little bit cliche, bold. Bold energies. So what we have here is the Emperor. Emperor is somebody who is super confident, super sure of himself, super sure of who and what they are, what they need to do. You know, they're the planner. They know exactly where everybody needs to be and what everybody's role is. And all they do is, so I like to describe the Emperor as almost a project manager. So the project manager is responsible for the big picture, responsible for the whole project. But they understand that everybody has a role to play, and everybody has a function, and everybody has a place. And all the project manager does is ensure that everything works smoothly. So what do you need to do is you need to be more project manager-like in your own life. Instead of always tiptoeing around everybody else's emotions, in order for you to be bold, in order for you to be stronger, to be more assertive, to be more in control, you need to be more assertive, more project manager-like. You need to understand that everybody contributes to the whole picture, and it's not just about you doing it for everybody else. It's about everybody contributing and bringing something to the table, and understanding, almost, if I can say, the hierarchy of the situation, okay, and realizing that you actually need to be on top. In order for you to be more bold, in order for you to be more confident, to be more self-assured, you need to recognize that you are not at the bottom, that you don't need to let people push you around, walk all over you, or take advantage of you. You need to stand up for yourself, and that's what these three cards are saying to you. And this is definitely around the home, around the personal circumstances, not work or money or anything. It's definitely got to do with the place where you rest, the place where you are comfortable, the place where you feel safe and secure. All right, and our final one, and this is probably going to be the most important one, because this is the card that's going to tell you why this is all important for you, why you have to go through this process, why you have to do all of this, and why being bold matters so much. So let's have a look and see. Yeah, you see. So what I like about this, just bringing it into focus here, Seven of Cups. If you have a look at the artwork on the card, so here you stand, and again, you've got all these masculine energies. There's no feminine energy that's coming through here. And masculine energy is the energy that we would associate with being bold. So yeah, you know, this is how it's coming through from Spirit. The Seven of Cups, if we have a look, so there you stand, and it's almost like you've got this speech bubble, thought bubble, I should say, happening here above your head. And it's almost like you're saying, okay, so what are my choices? What are my options? What do I want? What are my needs, wants, and desires? Seven of Cups is the card of choices. It's telling you that you have choices, that you have different things that you can do. But instead of just ignoring it and pretending like it's not important, if you want to be bolder in your life, if you want to be more confident, more self-assured, more together in your in the way that your life goes, it is important that you recognize the choices and the options that you have, because this is what's important. Being quiet, being thoughtful, being considerate, being kind, being generous, being easy. And I know easy is probably the wrong word, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. Being easy and allowing people to take advantage of you, allowing people to push you around, is not the right thing to be doing here. And this is what Spirit is saying, is that in every situation in your life, if you want to be bolder, if you want to be more confident, if you want to be more out there, you've got to recognize that every single situation, you've got choices and options on how to handle it, on how to navigate it. So it's not about, okay, this is the way I am, and just doing that and applying that in everything. It's about reading the room, reading the situation, reading the circumstance, adjusting yourself appropriately so that everybody gets what they want. But in order for you to do this, it's like you have to take control of the situation. You have to get into the driver's seat of your life, the driver's seat of your circumstance, and allow yourself to have what you need. So friends, I do hope that this makes sense to you. I do hope that this just helps you to look at your circumstances in a slightly different way, especially around home, in your relationship with others. I hope that this helps you to just identify where in your life you need to be slightly bolder, where you have to take more risks, take more chances, and just express yourself a little bit more, because this is definitely saying that you're holding back, and you shouldn't be. Okay, you shouldn't be. So friends, lots of love and blessings to you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you've enjoyed this video, please do support the channel by giving it a thumbs up. A comment is always wonderful. I do read every single comment. I don't always get a chance to reply, but I do read every single comment. Sending so much love and blessings to you, and until we connect again, take care. And hello and welcome to those of you who have chosen the affirmation of I am beautiful as the affirmation that you want to work on today. So I've got the card over there. I'm going to leave it on the table over there for us. The entire reading is going to be around understanding where, how, and who, what this actually means, and what you can do to have more of that feeling in your life right now. So here I have the tarot deck that we're working with, which is the Spirit Within Tarot. I'm going to shuffle and give it and draw out 5 questions. Or sorry, let me start that again. I am going to give it just a little shuffle, and I'm going to draw out 5 cards to answer 5 questions that I have written down that will help us to understand what it means to be beautiful, why it is important that you do feel beautiful in your life right now. So I did shuffle the cards properly before I started the recording, but I do like to shuffle when I have your attention. I'm trying to avoid the glare because these cards are super glossy and I've got lights all around me. So just forgive me for a second if there is a little bit of glare. Let's shuffle the cards. I think that's fine. Let's cutting the deck over there, and we're going to draw 5 cards straight off the top right, avoiding the glare. So as I said, I have got 5 questions written down to help us understand this key phrase and this key word of I am beautiful. So laying out 5 cards, and let's have a look and see. So question number 1, in understanding this focus area, focus point of wanting to be beautiful, understanding how beautiful you are, not just on a physical level, but you know, I am beautiful is emotionally, mentally, physically, on spiritually, on all different levels. And you've obviously come here, you've chosen this one for a particular reason. So let's have a look and see exactly what it means. The first card is going to answer the question of what area of life this relates to. So in what aspect within your life at the moment is it that you need to or want to or do feel beautiful? So what area of life is this relating to? And we've got to do with our mind. I love that. I absolutely love that. So it's not saying that it's not about the physical, but you know what? Sometimes being beautiful, feeling beautiful, has got very little to do with the material or the external, but more to do with the intellect, the thinking, and the mindset. So, because that's what we have here, the area of life that this is relating to has got to do with the Ace of Swords, which is new ideas, new inspiration. So maybe you want to be beautiful and you've given thought, you're having thoughts around a new diet, a new exercise, a new change of life, or a new way of being. But at this stage, it's still here in the mind. It's still a thought. It's still a thought. It's still a concept. And in order for you to fully embrace being beautiful, feeling beautiful, knowing how beautiful you are, you need to put some action behind the thought process. We're going to see what the other cards say, but that's where I'm sort of leaning at this stage. So the area of life that this is relating to for you is still a thought. It's still in your mind. It's still a concept in your head that needs to be brought to life. What is stopping you? Okay, that's our second question. What is blocking you from having that, doing this? Let's see. What is blocking you at the moment? You know, I know I say quite often in my videos, I can't make this stuff up, but this is again just another one of those scenarios where I can't make this stuff up. When I drew the I am beautiful card, I was wondering like, how is it gonna manifest and what was the message that Spirit has? But I mean, we're two tarot cards in and it's as clear as day to me. So it's about the ideas that we have. It's about the strategies and the thoughts and the kind of things that we know we want to do, or we feel we should do, or we whatever it may be, in order to feel beautiful. And I know the term beautiful is a very relative kind of phrase, you know, and it doesn't only reference the physical, you know, the hair and the eyes and the skin and the you know, all of body shape and whatever else. It's not about that. Somebody can be beautiful on the inside, and I think that's what you're wanting to do. You're wanting to be confident in who and what you are, internally, externally, emotionally, etc. So you've got the thought running around your head as to what to do in order for you to feel more beautiful. But what's blocking you and what's stopping you is this whole mindset around, I can't. What happens if I fail? What happens if it doesn't work? What happens if I can't, you know? So it's those negative thoughts. It's those thoughts of not being capable, of not being able, of not being mindful. It's those thoughts that are limiting you, blocking you, and holding you back from being beautiful. So we don't know whether it is something you can or can't do, but you've got yourself convinced that it's not going to work. You're not going to be able to do it. You don't have the money. You don't have the time. You don't have this, like, coming up with the excuses and the reasons as to why you're not beautiful. You are your own worst enemy, because that's what this Eight of Swords is saying. Eight of Swords is the card that says, you know, it's the restrictions and the limitations of the mind that are holding you back. And if you can overcome those restrictions and those limitations of your thinking and of your mindset, you can achieve anything. And then you will see how truly beautiful you really are. But until you've overcome that, until you've actually climbed out of your mindset and your limiting self-belief, I'm pausing for effect. Only once you've climbed out of that limiting self-belief that you have about yourself, only when you start recognizing the potential that's available to you, only then will you start truly believing how beautiful you really are. Okay, third card. Third question. What can help you to overcome this? What can help you to feel more beautiful? Let's see. You know what? I can't make this stuff up. I cannot make this stuff up. I love this. I absolutely love this. So, friends, we've got the judgment card. And the judgment card is, in this particular instance, it's about self judgment. It's about the way that you keep negative self speaking. It's the way that you are so good at coming up with excuses and reasons as to why you're not beautiful. You want to be beautiful. You have that desire, but you also have too many negative thoughts that tell you the reasons why you're not, why you can never be, and why you shouldn't even try. Okay, so it's about the way, and I think it's also, I have to add in here, it's also about the way that you think other people are judging you. So it's about the limiting self belief, but it's the fear of other people's reactions, perceptions, and what other people think. And you know what? I'm here to tell you today that what other people think doesn't matter. If other people think you're beautiful, fabulous. But if they don't, so what? As long as you, because that's what the affirmation, it says, I am beautiful. So, and you are the only one who can change that. You are the only one who can believe that. Somebody can speak for days and days and days trying to convince you how beautiful you are. But if you don't believe it, you don't believe it. And you are the only one who can work on that. And this judgment is telling you that you've been too hard on yourself. You've been too critical and judgmental on yourself. And you're also afraid of other people's judgment. So what can help you is to recognize the judgment that you have on yourself and the judgment that other people have that isn't important, that isn't relevant. And to focus on the ideas that you have, the thoughts that you have, as long as they are positive and as long as they are helpful and not limiting and restrictive. Okay, card number 4 is, what do you need to do to feel more beautiful? What do you need to do to change this dynamic? Let's see. So what do you need to do? Knight of Swords. So it's interesting how out of the cards we've got a major arcana card and we've got 3 minor arcana cards. And the 3 minor arcana cards are all in the suit of swords, which is the suit of thinking, of intellect, of the mind, of the things that happen in the head. So what do you need to do? You need to learn how to change your thinking. That's really just, in a nutshell, short, sweet, and simple. I can elaborate, and I probably will, but the short version of this is, what do you need to do is you need to learn how to think differently. You need to learn how to perceive yourself, perceive other people's judgment differently. You need to learn how to realize, how to see, and how to understand, and how to accept how truly beautiful you are. Okay, so that's I'm going to call it the short answer. And finally, why is it important? Why is this something that you need to overcome? Why do you need to truly believe and to truly know how beautiful you are? Why is that so important? Let's see. Okay, so we have a non-sword card and we have a wand. But this is the card of being overly defensive. This is the card of being so quick to push people away, so quick to defend yourself and to keep people at arm's length. And why is it important that you know how beautiful you are and that you change your way of thinking and your mindset around your physical, mental, emotional beauty? Is because you're keeping people away. You're pushing people away when you should be letting them in, when you should be welcoming them into your life and allowing them to be a part of your life, instead of keeping everybody at arm's length and keeping everybody away. So you're probably feeling alone. You're probably feeling like nobody loves you, like you're not beautiful, like nobody wants to be your friend, nobody wants to be with you. You're probably feeling like people are only with you, or wanting to know you or wanting to spend time with you for a particular reason, and not just because you're a kind, nice, generous, lovely individual or person. You don't believe that you are beautiful, and this is Spirit saying to you, you absolutely are, but it's just your mindset and your defensive behavior that is keeping people away. And if you are the only one who can change that, nobody else can do it. You are the only one who can do something to change your perception of yourself and other people's perception of you, and you are the only one who's going to recognize and see how beautiful you are. So friends, this one packs a punch. Honestly, I really do think this one packs a punch. I do think this one is probably going to bring up some emotions and some thoughts and feelings within yourself. So just sit with it for a couple of days. And if you need to come back to this particular video and this particular reading a couple of times over to really let it set in, sink in, do so, okay? But this is really Spirit saying to you that you are being far too hard on yourself, far too critical, far too judgmental with yourself, and that you need to change the focus, to change the thinking, to change the perceptions, to I'm not a bad person, I'm not a horrible person, I am actually beautiful, and I deserve to be loved, I deserve to be happy, I deserve a good life. But I need to make the changes. When I say I actually mean you, okay? You need to make the changes. You need to remove the limiting self-belief, the thoughts of I can't, it won't happen, I don't have that kind of luck, it won't work out. Remove those thoughts, stop that chain of thoughts, and allow yourself to lower your defenses and to let people in. All right. Lots of love and blessings. If you enjoyed the video, if you enjoy my channel, if you enjoyed the content that I create, please support me and support the work that I do by giving the video a thumbs up, and I'd love a comment from you below. I do read absolutely every single comment that comes along. I don't always get the time to reply, but I do absolutely read, appreciate, and enjoy every single one of them. So friends, until we meet again, with love and blessings from my heart to yours, take care. Hello and welcome to those of you who have chosen the I Am Human focus card, affirmation card, as the one that has the reading, the message, and the guidance that you need right now. Welcome. So this is a very interesting one, and I'm very curious to see how many of you are going to choose the I Am Human, because, you know, so I mean, when I chose those, I had no idea what was going to come up. I had no idea what Spirit had in mind. So, and you know, we just go with the flow. So I Am Human is here. You are here. It's amazing. It's fabulous. I'm so excited to see what comes through. I have my Spirit Within Tarot here in front of us. I'm going to shuffle and I'm going to draw some cards from the Spirit Within Tarot. It is quite a glossy deck, and you can see that my lights are all over the place. So I'm going to try and avoid glaring you out terribly while I shuffle, but just bear with me while I shuffle the cards. So basically what we've got going here today is I have got 5 questions which I have written down to help us understand this, to help us open ourselves up to whatever this message is, and to recognize where and how it's affecting us in our lives, and obviously then action plan on how to make some changes going forward so that you can be more human. And I know, like, what does that actually mean? So while I'm shuffling, what I'm getting from Spirit around what it means to be human, you know, the phrase to human is to err is to human, to error is to human. Human is about learning, it's about lessons, it's about experiences, and it's about understanding. You know, and each one of us have been put on this earth. We've each arrived here now. We've got, like, our whole lifetime, we've got certain lessons and certain experiences and certain things that we have to experience and to learn. And that is what it means to be human. It's not about perfect. It's not about perfection. It's about going through the experiences. So if you are born and wrapped in bubble wrap, and you stay like that until the day you die, what are you learning? What are you experiencing? What is the point of your existence? And, you know, when you then transition and go back to the spirit world, would you have accomplished the things that you needed to, and the reason why you incarnated in this time frame? So to me, that's where this particular reading is going to go, and I think it's actually very interesting. Okay, I think the cards are, otherwise I'm just going to chat and shuffle the whole time. Right, I have cut the deck. I'm going to lay out 5 cards trying to avoid the glares. So 2 across the top apparently works, and 3 across the bottom here. Okay, we have got the 5 cards laid out. All right, so this is what we're trying to understand. This is what we're trying to get to. Those of you watching right now, you've chosen I am human out of curiosity, which is human. Humans are curious, as you know, curious beings we are. But it's also about trying to understand the bigger picture, trying to understand, you know, the things that matter in life. So let's have a look. We obviously, the 5 questions are going to help us understand it a bit more. Question number 1 is, what area of life is this relating to? So when we talk about I am human, you know, what part of your life are you maybe needing to be more human at this stage? So let's have a look. What area of life is this particular reading relating to? You know, I have to giggle. I really do. I absolutely have to giggle, because it's just so wonderful and so amazing how the synchronicities of all of this, how it all just works out. And I know I say it so often, but I can't make this stuff up. So what we've got here is temperance, and we've got a fairly modern temperance card here. So we've got a bit of a DJ, and I know, you know, he's not doing digital DJ, but he, you know, he's got his scratch records, and he's got his headphones on. And if you look behind him, we've got the day and the night. We have got the opposites. And basically what he's doing is he's taking 2 completely separate pieces of music, or two different sound effects, and he's trying to blend them. He's trying to incorporate them into one. He's trying to get the one to mix and to blend straight into the other. And that's the meaning of temperance. Temperance is about taking 2 aspects of your life, 2 parts of yourself, 2 parts of a situation, and get them to blend, to join, to mix seamlessly, okay, perfectly, that the one just flows into the other. So the area of life that this key phrase that this reading is all about, that it relates to, is about the opposites in your life. And when we talk about the opposites, I like to reference things like work and emotions, money and travel. No, I don't know. 2 opposites. So relationships and money. Let's do that. Relationships and money. Work and emotions. Emotions and furniture. You know, 2 opposite things, relevant aspects of yourself. You are made up of all of those different parts. Every single one of those parts contributes to your whole existence, to who you are. But it's about trying to find that blend. You know, you get those people, some of us, who work all the time and never take any time out to play or to relax or to rest. And then you get those people who never seem to work, who always seem to be on holiday, who always seem to be doing weekends away. And then you get those people who are so focused on health and fitness that they don't seem to visit their family, and they don't seem to have balance in other areas of life. So in the area of life that this particular reading for you is going to be referencing is about finding life balance in all things, okay? And that's what it means to be human. You know, you can't be human and only focus on one thing. You can't be human and only have one significant thing going. It's about everything. Being human is about earning money, having a living, having a home, having family, having friends, health, wealth, and well-being. It's in all encompassing. And I do think that's exactly what Spirit is saying. So quite relevant and quite appropriate. I love that. Second question. What is blocking you from having this balance? What is blocking you from being human and experiencing everything? So what is blocking you? King of Wands. Work. To put it mildly, to put it bluntly, work. Work is the problem. And it may not be work being the problem. It may be that you don't have work. It may be that your work isn't enough. It may be you're working too much. You will have to understand specifically what that's relating to. But this, so far, based on just these 3 cards that we've drawn, this is Spirit saying to you that the things that in being human means having a little bit of everything, experiencing a little bit of everything, having that balance in your life. You don't have that balance in your life at the moment because of work, either too much work or not enough work, all right? And maybe it's also because this is the King of Wands. He is very driven, he's very ambitious, he's very focused. He's very much big picture kind of situation. And maybe what this is saying, the block, what is blocking you from having this human balance in your life at the moment is maybe your ambitions, your dreams are too big. Maybe you're reaching too high. Maybe you're doing too much. And again, the specifics around that would be different for each one of you watching this video right now. So you would know specifically what that's relating to. So whatever your work situation is, whether it's trying too much, doing too much, too many hours, or maybe it's just not enough work, that work is the blockage that's preventing you from having the life balance that you're looking for. All right. We're going to go on to card number 3 here. And card number 3 is what can help you to get this balance. What can help you to overcome the block and to have the balance of life that you're looking for. So what can help you? You know, again, it's too funny the way it comes through. We've got the 7 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Pentacles is the card of patience. It's the card of realizing that Rome wasn't built in a day. It's the card that says to you, you know, some things in life just have a process that they go through. And there's no speeding it up. You can't hurry it up. You know, in this particular situation, so you can see that he's got a rake. So you can see that he's, I'm going to call him a farmer. He planted a seed. When he put that seed into the ground, he knew that it was going to take a couple of months, a couple of years, a couple of decades before he gets whatever it is that he wants from it. It's about knowing that planting the seed today, you're only going to reap from it in a future date. It's like things are just going to take time. Once he's planted that seed, he doesn't ignore it, okay? He doesn't just plant the seed and go away and come back a couple of years later and hope that everything's okay. Once he's planted that seed, he diligently works the soil. He diligently cares for, tends to, takes care of that tree, that bush, that whatever it is, until such time as it's ready to give him that which he requires, that which he needs. Every little one of these little circles, pentacles on that tree represents a fruit. It represents an achievement, an accomplishment that his patience is giving him. It also talks about sowing the seeds, okay, and knowing the seeds that you are sowing. So again, being human is learning patience. It's about recognizing that things we do today, we're only going to benefit from, or we may only benefit from in a future time, okay? So what's going to help you? Being patient. How are you going to get this balance? How are you going to be the best kind of human that you can be and achieve everything that you need to? By recognizing that we have to work long-term goals, long-term plans, and we need to be patient while we go through it and not be so focused. Because remember, this is what's blocking you, is being so focused on doing all the time. Okay. Next card, card number 4. Card number 4 is what can you do? What do you need to do right now? So this is what can help you. What do you need to be focusing on right now? Let's have a look and see. I suspected that this was going to come up. What we've got here is the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is about emotions, relationships, people, connections. So this is Spirit saying to you, what do you need to do right now? Stop focusing on work and focus more on your relationships. Focus more on your connections to other people, connections to your family, to your friends, to your social, okay? It's more about the one-on-one human interactions and not just about achieving goals and, you know, succeeding and accomplishing and, you know, ticking off your to-do list. It's about how are we going to find that balance? How are we going to be truly human? About the connections. Okay, so what do you need to do? You need to connect. You need to emote. You need to feel. You need to have relationships with people. That's what you need to do. And finally, our last card here is, why is all of this important for you? Okay, why is it important that we find this balance, that we overcome our work challenges, that we have patience and we connect with other people in order to be fully human, in order to be as human as we possibly can be? Why is this important? Let's see what we get. You know, this card has come up in every single reading today. I know I Am Human was actually the second choice that I drew, but I've actually recorded this video last. This is the third video that I've recorded, and this is the third time that I am seeing the Knight of Swords. It is actually quite mind-blowing. So clearly there's a common message for every single one of us, that there's a common message for all of us here. Knight of Swords is about the learning, it's about the understanding, it's about the comprehension. It's about recognizing, you know, the big picture, recognizing the big event. And it's about seeing that and knowing your place, knowing your purpose, knowing your function. So your reading here, this particular reading is all about I am human. And basically, what Spirit is saying here is we understand human is about finding a balance. It's about work, it's about patience, it's about relationships, but it's also about comprehending and understanding the whole lot, everything. So, why is it important? So that you can learn, so that you can grow, so that you can achieve, so that you can experience, so that you can human. I love this. I think it's just so appropriate. So, friends, I know this has been quite an interesting one, and I'm sure there's not stuff here that we've covered that you haven't heard before, that you didn't already know. But this, take this as a nudge, take this as a kind of a push from Spirit to start focusing on the things that are actually important, and not the things that society or you know, that society thinks or says to you or puts pressure on you to focus on. It's about recognizing what does it actually mean to be human, what are the things that truly matter, and one day when it's all said and done, what matters. It's not about the bank account, it's not about, you know, how big your house is and how fancy your car is, and it's more about the rest of this those are the things that are important. So, friends, I do hope that this particular reading just sort of gives you that nudge, that guidance in the right direction, that it helps you to understand the bigger picture. If you enjoyed this particular video, and if you do enjoy my YouTube channel and the content that I create, please do consider giving the video a thumbs up. And as always, I'd love a comment from you below. I don't always get to reply to all the comments, but I assure you I read every single one of them. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you've enjoyed. With love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care.